Oh, that hurts. Ladies and gentlemen, wake up. It's time for New Sports. Victor Allen's unique look at today's sports, that fan-based view. That's right, take a look. He's the man, ladies and gentlemen, that the ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. That's right, and he's going to bring you sports the Victor way. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Buddy Black Man. He's Vic. Vic. Yeah. Yo.
I'm watching the chat room, and there's crickets. Just a lot of crickets, man, right? Okay. I know you guys get to go on your commercial break. Don't leave long, because I'm shouting you out. I'm shouting everybody out. You leave, because I got to...
Becca, stay right there.
I have a meter reader.
Don't try to make a sandwich.
And it tells me when people are rushing into another room.
We'll get them there.
Cell phones can be taken to the bathroom, the toilet, the refrigerator. You can't leave me right now. Just stay with me. All right. So everybody knows, for those of us who are following March Madness, it matters. It matters, right?
I'm mad.
And I thought about it. I kept saying, now, if I'm talking to MAC or PMC, and I'm going, well, wonder if their cities are not really represented. I said, well, maybe they'll get behind another team. Because I'm not going to talk about how good the games were, because if you didn't watch them all, it's kind of hard to follow them. So, I mean,
some people don't get it.
Well, don't go give them...
Remember, we had a friend of ours that said to me, very sincerely,
right,
why are they mad?
Right. Time out.
That's all I can tell you.
I'm gone.
Like,
it's mad.
Why are they mad?
Right. You don't, like I said, I'm not really reporting sports. I'm just talking around it. And this is for everybody who really is not into sports. So you don't have to worry about being right. You don't have to worry about...
Right. Are you mad? Are you mad in March Madness?
That's it. Right. So what I did is I said, well, let me do this. Let me tell you what I'm going to talk about today. We're going to talk about March Madness, of course. We're going to talk about Michael Vick, because he's a quarterback in New York, in the city that if you can't get your pit stop here, I don't know where else he can go to. NASCAR. I have to watch the races. And yes, if I tell you, will the Bush brothers rule 2014, you may say, I don't know who they are. I do. They're almost like twins. Will they be the gangsters of NASCAR, the championship series? But more importantly, the question is going to be, out of all the sports, whether it's hockey, basketball, football, baseball, you name it, speed skating, the women are in NASCAR, but black men are not. I wonder why. We're going to talk about that too. All right. So we're going to start with March.
That's expensive.
It's March. That's wrong.
Even though the one brother that we had experience with, Vic, actually you exposed me to.
Right.
When you went out to cover.
Yeah.
That event.
Yes.
You actually were the one who exposed me and a bunch of people to even the existence and the promotion and marketing that was going behind that story.
Right. It's and I'm drawing a blank on his name because it's Wallace, Darrell Wallace Jr. And so it takes time. I mean, it takes time. You had a team Toyota sponsor and everybody behind him, courtesy of Lachelle Sargent and another organization, PR, that was all tied in to go out here. And I think we were in City of Industry.
Vic's been a part of all the stuff you guys.
I'm just saying.
Just saying. No, just saying.
It was cool. Got to give props to the people who brought me out there, and got to meet the guy along with a couple other people. Now, with that being said, I still got to go to March Madness first, because I realized this. I said, I can't talk about which game. I just want to talk about breaking it down to the potentials of interest, whether you're in sports or not. Well, everybody knows the $1 billion challenge is all out the door. The Quicken Loans, Warren Buffett, that's gone. That the first round, they said, I think in the round of 64, 80% of the people who submitted were wrong. So when they went to the round of 32, that canceled out everybody else. So the $1 billion challenge is gone. We know that. Now, which city?
Damn. I didn't know that it was gone. I thought it was like still some hope.
Right.
Because they were having people, they were interviewing people saying that they were still.
That's right. That's right. So I'm not going to go on over it, because I noticed the display is not up to date. Don't worry about it.
I'm working on it.
I know. Don't worry about it, because I get to talk about this. For the display part, it's really for Mario and myself, because we're at the round of 16 of March Madness. Now, I don't know if anybody watched any of the games, but I'll pull a couple of what I call the Cinderella stories. And when you do the Cinderella stories, you think of teams that not supposed to actually make it. And so we got a couple of them. We got a Stanford in there, whether they're Cinderella or not. Stanford University, higher learning, the whole thing. You got Dayton in there. Out of all the teams, Ohio State being represented as the big power. Guess it's Dayton now. Now, you got a couple other teams. Wichita State. Sorry, you guys. You ended that run with the best game of the tournament. Kentucky, they're rising. Maybe because the pool of talent now is not as great as it once was, because a lot of the players have gone through the draft. So here's my thing.
It sure looks good, though, Vic.
It does. It's the best games.
That's why I watch it as a non. I don't know who these people are.
Right.
But it's great basketball when you don't even know who they are, kind of.
That's right. So what I decided to do is say, okay, I'm going to go down the list and make it simple. Based on your city that you actually like to get behind, Mario, you could choose and say, well, because I love this state, I love this city. It doesn't matter. All you have to do is say, this is the game I'm looking for. The Sweet 16 is there. Everybody says it. Is my city, my state represented? Well, I'll tell you. Anybody in here looking at the Florida #1 overall seed being the team that's going to take it? Mario, you think Florida?
I have a lot of family in Florida, and they know I love them. I love you dearly. But I root against your team.
Okay, see, that's a simple one. All right, so you root.
I root against the Florida teams, just like I root against the New York teams.
So
kind of.
You're about to tell people.
I'm more for this. To a certain degrry.
So you're rooting for UCLA.
Yeah,
you're local.
Well, Stanford.
Wait a minute, UCLA goes against Florida.
I know.
So who you picking?
UCLA.
See, it's easy. This is so
Even
easy.
though historically, I have not supported UCLA.
So you're doing it by default.
Well, here's the thing.
Right.
I am a sucker for an underdog.
Right.
Especially in the March Madness, because that's where they don't usually win it, but they can get close. And that's usually one of the great stories of March Madness is the underdog teams that come up and beat the people who you just don't expect. And names are made here.
Right.
Names are imprinted for your future.
Right.
That you go, I'm going to try to remember you later on.
Right.
Because of what you did from that small school when you lit up so-and-so.
Hey, look.
I love that.
I'm saying, hey, look. Just like Mac. Mac just hit me and said this. Western Washington is still in it. Mac.
I don't know.
They're in it as fans.
Right.
They're in it as fans.
Here's the list.
But that's okay.
This is the list. I will scroll down, but we're at the top. I'm going to go with UCLA, Vic.
Over Florida. What about Dayton, the Cinderella, versus Stanford, the Cinderella?
Guys,
all right, now, okay. Who do you pick?
I'm just going to enjoy it. Oh, man, I got to. See, I like Dayton. I like the story of Dayton.
All right, I know you do.
Oh man, Stanford, they win. Oh man, I don't want. I don't have a favorite in that. Yeah, that's a game I watch.
Well, I'm gonna give an update.
I want to watch it bad too.
I know you do. Gonzaga, gone.
Oh no,
done. I'm mad. Gone.
Who beat Gonzaga? Where was Gonzaga?
Oh man, Arizona laid waste.
Yeah,
we haven't got down to that one.
Okay.
All right, let's keep going. Okay. For all of you guys who are in Australia, just ignore my going off.
The Aussies.
All right, let's go. All right, taking it to the West, because we were just covering another region. The West.
But I don't understand why UCLA and Stanford are in the South.
Because when you have several teams from a conference, the Big Ten, the Pac-12, when you have 6 or 7 teams, they can't put them all in one.
Oh, because that comes out weird.
Yeah,
okay.
So they have to spread them out.
I know you guys probably thought that was weird too. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Now, so in the West, that doesn't have Stanford or UCLA.
No.
Okay, but the South, that includes UCLA, Dayton, and Stanford.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go to the West.
So in the West, you got Baylor, who manhandled, and
Baylor
Wisconsin,
Bears,
who barely. I have to give it to Wisconsin.
I like watching Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is disciplined. They got that big man. I just don't think they have as much athleticism.
They don't. They beat you out of just execution. That's what I thought already.
Right.
Out of smaller, less physical, but executing like craftsmen.
Right.
I have to give it to you for that. It looked like you so rehearsed, like you know each other so well,
right,
that you can beat and take on a team that's faster and bigger and still beat them. I give it to them, Vic. That's exciting.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Baylor's been doing, but I have seen Wisconsin, so I'm gonna watch that.
All right, cool. Are we going down to the team that I just have to stop and say, I wish they weren't meeting, but they played already? Arizona. San Diego State University.
Man, it's amazing how San Diego State be having teams.
Dude, all their players, there are really no local players. They're all
have
transferred.
Football. They know for football too.
Right. They are transferred So these are transfers because of the tradition San Diego State now is slowly bringing up, because they weren't in the mix until the coach Steve Fisher got there. So you actually are watching them build this kind of what you would call this legacy from a college that, when you said San Diego, who did you mention? Now you mention the names, and you all of a sudden say, you know what, they're on the map. So here you go, Arizona, San Diego State. I can tell you where my heart is, Mario. Who you picking?
No, see, I don't know either team, but I'm going to go with San Diego State just because of the fairy tale of who they've been through the years. And actually, strangely enough, more for their football team.
Right.
Because they are so known for having their certain very famous players that have come out of there. And it's a little school. You be wondering, how do they always come up with these people that make it to the pros?
Look, you know what they say? It's not the size of the school, it's the size of the heart, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's take you over to Midwest. Midwest. I can say this. Watching Wichita State and Kentucky go at it yesterday, I saw nothing but a pool of pros. You know what? Kentucky's getting better, young, coming together. They make it to the Sweet 16, start off really rocky. They had the best freshman class coming in again, back-to-back. And then you have, of course, Louisville, the history, the champion from 2013. So here it is. You got Louisville and Kentucky all in the same state. Who do you think, Mario? Now, this is your bet. This is the same state. This is a rivalry. Who do you think the state of Kentucky is going to get behind, Louisville or Kentucky?
Well, Kentucky has such a history and a legacy. I just saw a documentary the other day. I didn't even know all that stuff.
Right. I try to tell you.
See, they got some wonderful sports documentaries.
Right.
And so, we even went back to the civil rights era and the first blacks to have it on the team. So I don't know, but right now they bringing it. I got to go with Kentucky.
You got to go with Kentucky. Well, let me tell you something right offhand. You're picking the wise choice. I'm going to say, based on how they're playing, I wouldn't have selected them before yesterday. But now Louisville, and I'm seeing it, I said I think I can actually pick them. But Louisville's a champion from 2013.
You know, one thing it seems like from the little bit that I've seen is that Kentucky seems to have been in a lot of scrappy games,
right.
And that kind of, to me, in this kind of thing, as you go further in it, when you've been tested like that, that really helps you.
Builds character.
Yeah, it certainly builds character.
Builds
That's why I like, that's the reason I like Wisconsin.
Right.
But when they're used to scrappy, close coming at you and going against the odds, so that they have that going for them too.
That's true. And look, you know, Pittsburgh, I tried to get behind Pittsburgh, PMC, but they just didn't bring it. So my apologies. Rest in peace.
Pittsburgh always represents.
You know, they off the chain though.
They always represent in sports. They do. So you can't feel sorry for Pittsburgh. We even have a little down moment. Okay. They always represent in pro and college, right?
Right.
Football and basketball, college, right?
Right.
And football,
all day.
Who do they have? They got hockey. They have.
What are you talking about?
Who do they have in pro? Do they have any pro basketball?
Okay. Now wait a minute. Who are you talking
Nobody.
about?
Pittsburgh. They have to go.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, they have a few players. They have a few, but they're not. They don't
have a team. They only have the team. They have is only pro football. They don't. Have they ever had a pro basketball?
Not
team?
that I know of. If they did, it was
maybe
pre-NBA.
Teams.
Yeah, pre-NBA. I have no history on that. All right, let me take you over to Tennessee, Michigan. This is an easy one. This is a Cinderella Tennessee team. If you haven't seen them yet, they don't look like a 11 seed, and you got 2 seed Michigan. Simple. Who are you picking?
Boy,
smart choice says Michigan.
This is why I'm not gonna make a logical choice.
Right.
I'll make a choice. I told you, in March Madness, I love to go watch the underdogs.
Right.
I'm gonna be rooting for Tennessee.
Okay.
Because they're underdogs.
Right.
When there's a big thing, I like to see upsets, especially when they fight them so close. And sometimes they look like obvious like you look at them, they look physically smaller.
Right. I would say Tennessee has some real good athletes, hustle, some bigs that they can't deal with. I'll still say they got past the first 2 rounds not matching talent the way that they have already had to play. They're about to match some talent that's right there with them. So I'll still say Tennessee's playing better ball, but Michigan got a team. So yeah, keep it.
And certain teams have, like, when you look at the size,
right?
I just think they were saying that Kentucky, they're starting five. They're all over 6'5" or something.
Yeah,
Some of the
big
teams
team.
are
Just young.
huge like that.
Yeah, just young.
Yeah.
Arizona is the right now monster. Biggest team.
What kind of?
Oh no, they hold everybody. They got close to a couple of 7-footers. Their guards are huge. Everybody's huge. The whole team is huge.
See, that's what's
so. But they may not be as fast.
Ooh, there you go.
All right.
It's gonna be fun.
University of Virginia and Michigan State University going to the East. Now, if you smart choices say the history, the legacy is Michigan State, but
Totally. Has Virginia ever had a basketball team?
yes, Ralph Sampson.
Oh, that okay. Yes, I remember.
So you're going back.
Yes, you have to go way
All
back.
right. So here it is, but UVA is balling. So right now, who do you pick, Mario?
Michigan State.
I told you. I'm going.
I never heard
going
of UVA team. I'm sorry.
Virginia. I'm going Virginia, man.
I haven't seen
gotta go
nothing else.
Virginia.
See, this is where it's hard. But I'll root for the underdog.
Yeah, I got you.
But I haven't seen. That's like, see, that's what's. They haven't.
Yes, they do. Dude, why you
I'm
wanna-
sorry.
Don't bust yourself out.
That's what cracks me up because some of you guys, they come from nowhere.
Okay. Well, let me give you the last one before we move on.
They're like the number one seed from the East.
Yeah. That's why I say I can't go against number one.
Damn, notice how the seeds actually do come in, you guys. Usually, they say
We lost
usually.
one already.
Right, there's some statistic that says the number top whatever always win it.
The higher seeds tend
Always,
to get through.
statistically.
Just statistically. You're right. Okay, Iowa State University and UConn, and let me give props to UConn and a former Crenshaw High Cougar coach who's putting it down over there at UConn. Like what you're doing, man. But Iowa State is surprising.
Wait, the coach, one of the assistant coaches or the coach?
No, the coach, and I cannot remember his name.
It's from Crenshaw?
Yeah. Yeah, he played ball
okay.
at Crenshaw.
Okay, well, right on.
Yeah.
Where's the clay?
I do, and I'm dropping his
Shaw.
name.
The
I'm
Shaw from the
dropping his
hood.
name. I should be like removed from this show.
Yeah, right down the street.
How can I say something and then can't remember
on the other
his
side of
name?
the fence.
So here you go, Mario. Who you got?
I'm going to go with you. I'm going to go with the, which one's Crenshaw coach? Hey, number 7, go with Crenshaw coach.
Hey, look.
Yeah, where's my clap?
He did a good job replacing Calhoun. So I'll give him props, but they're about to go up against a team that's a little bit more gangster.
What are you trying to say, man?
I'm saying that they may be a little bit over their heads. I'll say Iowa State University.
Where's the spirit,
All
man?
right, I know. I got to take you. All right, time to go over, you guys. Is it a good thing or bad thing? And tell me why it's a great thing if you think Michael Vick being on the New York Jets after they ex-nayed Mark Sanchez, that's a shame. Mark has done more for that team as a New York Jet than anyone has been in there as a quarterback in the last, 10 years?
Which is still not saying much. Tell you the truth. That's
okay.
what's so sad.
Okay, so at the end of the day, this is a role for Vic that's saying I am not going to be the starter. Or Mario, will Michael Vick eventually be the starter?
He's making a move to be a starter.
Right. Okay. All right.
If he wanted to be backup, he could stay in Philadelphia. They have a nice building situation. Comfortable on the situation.
Was Geno Smith to lose? Are you saying that? Because that's the quarterback now.
I think it's even more up in the air than that.
You think?
I think that Michael Vick has the edge just coming in. That's why they brought him.
Right.
And that the overall thinking would be that he would probably earn the job and that Geno could now have a little more time to develop.
Okay.
That's what I think. And that Michael Vick may be a good person for Geno Smith to interact with. Because no matter what, Vic coming and see. Even Geno could afford to be patient.
Right.
And actually take this even graciously.
Right.
Because in the back of his mind, what's the most years Michael Vick can have. If it goes wonderful,
right.
3 years.
No, he has the long term. And Geno, just because Michael's there doesn't mean he's going to have the job.
How long do you think Michael's going to last? I don't think he's going to last more than 3 years in the NFL.
If he pans out really bad because of the hits he's taking, I'll agree with you. If it goes with the punishment,
short, it could be this year.
Yeah, it could be really
long
short.
To me. I can't. Okay,
I can't
see him playing 4 years. Can you say to yourself? Can you say to yourself, Michael Vick, 4 years more? I don't think you can say that.
Yeah.
I don't think that I can say that. I think it's a good thing. I think there's an issue that came up already over the number, though.
Right. Yeah.
Because Michael Vick wants his number 7.
Right.
and Geno Smith has number 7.
Right.
But Geno Smith wore 12 in college, but that's Joe Namath's retired number.
Right.
So I ain't got nothing to say.
I would say when it comes to arguing about or debating about what jersey you want, always look at the prior year of production and see if you earned it. Okay, that's first thing with me.
Then neither one of them did.
Okay, so I'm saying Michael is going to be an asset because he doesn't have to be focused on. He just has to stay out of the way of getting punishment.
Well,
because he was focused in on in Philadelphia. I don't think they're seeing him as to be the leader and the future of this team. So I'm looking at Geno because he needs a couple of years. See, I just don't think Michael.
I don't know. See, Vic, let me just think for a minute. See, I think he had a better running attack, at least the potential for one.
Right.
At Philly, he had the potential for one.
Yeah.
I just didn't think he played smart at Philly.
Right. It was his mechanics, his processing.
Yeah, I don't
holding
think
on the ball,
and then
running.
the whole. Yeah, see, that's I think because to me he had a better. Okay, because didn't he? Okay, wait a minute. Now I think about it. I think he had better receivers too.
Hey, look.
Better receivers, and now he's going to go to a place where the receiving core is
Foley,
at the best being rebuilt. Everything's being rebuilt in Jets to me.
If Nick Foles can take the same talent and do what he did at Philadelphia while Vic had the same talent, Vic is now gone.
He didn't run the offense the same way. He doesn't make the kind of reads.
And I love me some Michael Vick, but that's the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
Michael Vick. All right.
Good luck to Sanchez, too, by the way. I hope he gets with a good team. I think he still has some game in him.
He's going to go to a team.
Yeah, I think he has some game in him.
Yeah, it's a matter if he's going to want to serve up as a backup quarterback or lead. And there's some teams that need it. Yeah.
He can earn it.
All right, the Busch Brothers, NASCAR. I'm only asking the question, if you don't follow them, you have to understand that one bush is hard enough. 2 bushes can be disastrous depending on your point of view. Well, the Busch brothers, Kyle and I can say Kurt Busch, may be laying waste in what they call the championship standings because they're respectively first and third. And yesterday, Fontana 400, I believe Kyle laid waste to the game while his brother came in third. So the question is, this is really simple. If you don't follow this, will the Busch brothers this year be the most powerful team by name? By name.
At least by marketing as a push in the bush.
Oh, respectively, just to let you guys know, Danica Patrick came in 14th, and it wasn't a headline story. So she beat out 2/3 of the competition, and it didn't make headlines.
Because it's still not good enough. But everybody likes looking at it, and everybody wants more.
Right. So here's the issue. Busch brothers, if you watch them,
yes,
they come up in the ranks.
They do.
So here's the issue. Yes or no? Will they be the story of the year 2014?
Yeah, they will. Because first of all, with NASCAR, yes, and they're already chosen. The fact that they're winning and the machinery's behind them, and NASCAR is a branding and marketing machine. Watch what happens.
Dale Earnhardt, because that's the number one popular NASCAR driver right now.
Historically, too, you have that family name that means so much. There's such a legacy.
Right. So I'll say, no. Dale Earnhardt still
maybe the biggest, but look at they're gonna see them in the news.
Right. There you go. It's real simple, man. God, that was easy. All I have to do is just be happy, right?
All you have.
I'm done. That's my new sports. It was real simple. I will follow up another day and another time, bring in some more controversy. I was going to talk about where do we fit in when it comes to blacks in NASCAR.
Well, there you go. Blacks in NASCAR. That's Victor Allen's New Sports, a recurring segment on the Morning Coffee with Mario show. Written and directed by Victor Allen. Victor Allen's own unique fan-based look at today's sports in a different way. That's right. New Sports. Yeah!